Assalamualaikum and good day everyone. My name is Nia Anisa binti Muhammad Nazri from group MLG 1204C, and today I will be presenting my written report for ELS253 Proofreading and Editing 2. So for this assessment, I conducted a proofreading and editing analysis on a job application document titled Application for Digital Marketing Executive. So this next slide presents the problem, solution, and purpose of the analysis. So as I mentioned, the document Application for Digital Marketing Executive was analyzed for language errors, content errors, and context errors. The purpose of this analysis is to identify errors that may affect the professionalism, clarity, readability, and effectiveness of the document. So as I mentioned before, there are three main categories of errors identified in this analysis. Each category affects the overall quality and effectiveness of professional workplace communication. So the first category analyzed is language errors. So the first error is a capitalization error. So the job title, Digital Marketing Executive, which is a position in the company, should be capitalized in formal workplace writing because it ensures clarity and credibility. So another example identified is the phrase, apply my skills into content creation, which was corrected to apply my skills and knowledge to content creation. So this correction improves grammatical accuracy because the preposition to is the correct form used with the verb apply. In addition, punctuation errors were also identified, such as missing commas in a series of items. So correct punctuation improves readability and ensures that the document appears more professional and polished. Overall, correcting language errors improves grammatical accuracy, clarity, fluency, and professionalism in workplace writing. The second category analyzed is content errors. So one issue identified was the inconsistency in the degree title between the cover letter and the resume. So in professional documents, consistency is important because employers expect accurate and reliable information. Another content issue involved the tone of the cover letter. Some sentences focused too much on personal feelings rather than the employer's needs. Therefore, the wording was revised to create a more employer-centered and professional tone. Additionally, outdated expressions such as enclosed were identified in the digital application. This was corrected because modern workplace communication uses simpler and more current expressions such as attached is my resume. These corrections improve credibility, again, professionalism, and effectiveness of the document for its intended audience, which is the employer. Next, the third category analyzed is context errors. So one issue identified was the long paragraphs in the cover letter. So this affected readability and made it more difficult for employers to locate important information. Another issue involved is inconsistent formatting. So consistency in formatting is important because it reflects professionalism and attention to detail. Other than that, the resume design was also considered too plain for a creative position. Therefore, improvements in layout, spacing, and visual presentation were suggested to better reflect the applicant's multimedia and creative background. Overall, Correcting context errors improves the organization, readability, and visual professionalism of the document. So this slide shows the document before it was proofread and edited. So the errors were highlighted in different colors: yellow for language, green for content, and blue for context. So after proofreading and editing, the document became clearer and more organized. Other than that, language corrections improved the grammatical accuracy and readability, while content corrections strengthened the tone and consistency of the document. Context corrections also improved the structure, layout, and visual presentation of the resume and cover letter. As a result, the revised version communicates more effectively and aligns better with professional workplace writing standards. So overall, the document successfully communicated the intention to apply for a digital marketing executive position. However, several language, content, and context issues reduced its overall effectiveness and professionalism. Through proofreading and editing, the document became more accurate, coherent, organized, and suitable for workplace communication. This analysis also demonstrates that effective proofreading involves not only correcting grammar, but also evaluating tone, audience awareness, consistency, and visual presentation. In conclusion, proofreading and editing play an important role in ensuring effective professional communication. By correcting language, content, and context errors, the document became clearer, more organized, and more professional. The proofreading and editing process successfully improved the quality, readability, and credibility of the job application document, making it more suitable for the workplace communication. So before I end, these are the references used throughout the proofreading and editing analysis. Thank you for listening to my presentation.